Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm RJ. We have a new video going out for you guys every day here at the theme park arcade, but you may have noticed that we've been absent for the past week, and that is because we've been recovering from Hurricane Irma. It was a devastating storm for our state. The day that it hit that morning when I woke up, I thought there was a chance that it could be a Category 4 or even a Category 5 hurricane. It turned out it was only a Category 2 by the time it hit us, as well as Disney World, but that is still really bad. We all know that Disney World is one of the safest places you could possibly be during a hurricane, but the rest of the state was not that lucky. We were without power for over a week, and there's still many people that are going without power. You probably know that Florida is extremely hot, so being without AC and power is a big time problem. We have a lot of elderly people in the community, and not many people were prepared nearly enough to go over a week without power. You need a lot of food, a lot of water, and you definitely have to stay hydrated, guys. That said, Disney World did an outstanding job. As I was without power, there was generators going off all around me. I had to get away. I went to the parks the day after the storm. I mean, there was nothing else to do. I couldn't make videos or anything considering I had no power and it was extremely hot, so you might as well go to the theme parks. I was able to check it out. Unfortunately, without power and my phone charger wasn't working the best, I did not have a way to make videos or record it myself, but I wanted to let you guys know exactly what I saw. It was crazy to see Disney World and the rest of the state try to survive one of the biggest hurricanes of all time. It almost felt like an alien abduction was about to happen, maybe an invasion, as everybody boarded up their windows. And I was driving through the streets right before the hurricane hit, and it was like a massive ghost town before devastation hit on a massive level, guys. So thanks again for joining. I'll let you know what I experienced. Subscribe to the theme park arcade if you are new. I promise we have some huge videos on the way. I have big time plans to go to Disney World this Friday. I cannot wait, as for the first time I will get to see the 3D model of Toy Story Land, and I think there might be some new Star Wars Land things there as well, so I'll check that out at the Walt Disney Presents area in Hollywood Studios, guys. I'm really looking forward to that, so stay tuned for updates. I'm also going to kick off the theme park arcade Twitter very soon. A lot happening here at the channel. Thank you guys for your support, so make sure to subscribe, because you can say that you've been with the theme park arcade since the very beginning. Hurricane Irma has passed. It has left devastation in the aftermath. Thankfully, Disney World survived, and it will make all of us stronger. I must say, it was amazing to see how everyone came together. All the neighbors were helping each other out. It was a really good feeling. I cannot say the same about some of the businesses and leaders, as I noticed a lot of price gouging. It seemed like the cost of everything skyrocketed, and considering this was such a devastating event, I wish we would have seen more help for people in their time of need. That's just my opinion, but we will get through this, and hopefully we'll be stronger for the inevitable next hurricane that hits Florida and the Disney World area. So after the hurricane, with power out and generators going off everywhere, I decided to go over to the parks to see if there was any damage, and of course to have a good time. I started off with Animal Kingdom. It seemed like the cast members did an amazing job at clearing everything up. We all know how much plant life is in that park, but it really didn't look too bad at all. I started off by going to Pandora, which I gotta say handled the hurricane flawlessly, a lot better than I thought it would, with all the details located in that area. So I went on Flight of Passage first, of course, to get away from the long line. I didn't have to wait too long because I was there early. And the very first Flight of Passage ride that day actually broke down, guys. In the middle of the ride, I just heard a cha-choom, and then everything stopped and went black. So that's the first time the ride shut down with, me on it. But I did get to go on it twice. I noticed a big difference between the seats. That first seat seemed very mellow. The first bike, or whatever you want to call it, first dragon, seemed very mellow. But when we got moved to the floor below it for the next ride, it seemed a little bit more intense. So I'm still trying to figure out the best place to sit there on Pandora. But that was an interesting change. It seemed like a lot more intense the second time through. So I did walk around the park a little bit. Like I said, I didn't see a whole lot. I decided to head out and head over to Epcot, where once again, there wasn't too much damage at all. That's where the Food and Wine Festival's at. So there's a lot of new things that have been put up everywhere around the park, and once again, it handled the hurricane completely fine. Now, the best part about being at the park that day was there was barely anyone there. The crowds were almost as low as I've ever seen them, guys. I got to go on test track completely by myself. I was in a test track car all alone. It was so awesome. I timed it out to where everyone was in just a regular line. Nobody went in the single rider line. You got to go in that line if you can. It makes it much shorter, and that enabled me to have my own test track car. I recommend it if you can pull it off. It's a pretty cool feeling. But like I said, Epcot looked pretty good. Not too much damage that I noticed. The crowd levels made it so I didn't have to stand in a single line. I even went on Figment. Considering the lines are usually not too long on that ride anyways, maybe that's not too rare. But just like Test Track, I got to experience Figment all by myself. Even Soarin' had, I think, like a 10 or 15 minute line in the middle of the day. Between the low lines and the fast passes, it made it the perfect day to experience anything you want to in Disney World. So after Epcot, I went over to Hollywood Studios. I tried to take the boat from the International Plaza to Hollywood Studios, but there wasn't enough people, so I had to walk, and that is where I noticed all the damage. So it seemed like the cast members were working overtime to clean up everything in the parks, but there was a lot of damage on that long walkway in between the two parks, and of course past the beach and yacht club, as well as the boardwalk. So if you guys get a chance to make that walk, which I don't really recommend, it's long and very hot right now, you'll notice a lot of downed trees and a lot of swamp areas that look pretty bad right now, to be honest with you. We'll see if Disney can clean that up sometime soon. If they're not going to run those boats, they need to clean that up to make it look a lot nicer. Eventually you'll have the gondola going overhead, so maybe we won't have to worry about the boats. We'll have multiple options to get from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. Now, I went to Hollywood Studios to see the brand new 3D model of Toy Story Land. I know it was delayed from the Friday before the hurricane, and people were saying that it might be there right when they reopen once again, but it was not there, so I was pretty bummed out. It is open now, so I'll be seeing that on Friday. The 3D model of Toy Story Land, really showing us exactly what the new land will look like when it opens next summer. Hollywood Studios does look a lot different since the hurricane. Construction is moving very rapidly. They took down the scrims in some places and didn't even put them back up. So if you guys go to Hollywood Studios, you'll notice it looks a lot different, and I'll have footage of that very soon to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Hopefully by then, Star Wars Land will grow even more. Believe it or not, the most damage that I found inside the parks from the hurricane was in the Magic Kingdom. If you walk down Main Street towards the castle and then take a right once you enter the courtyard, there used to be a big tree on the edge, and that tree was down from the wind. So it was crazy to see that in the courtyard of the Magic Kingdom. It's in a trouble spot, so I'm not sure if they removed it yet. I'll go check on Friday, but let me know if you guys found anything worse. If you have any pictures or videos, I would love to see it. We would have to say that once again, Disney World handled the hurricane as good as possible. It closed down for a record 2 straight days. It would be interesting to see how Disney World could handle a Category 4 or 5 hurricane, but I really hope we never find out, guys. Thanks again for stopping by the channel, guys. I will be doing our very first vlog on Friday when I visit the park, so wish me luck. We hope to deliver some really cool vlogs for you guys. Make sure to hit the notification button. That'll send you a message whenever a brand new theme park arcade video goes up. Thanks again, guys. I'll catch you soon. Until then, stay dry.